think that, like you said, Osas, it affects intimacy. It does affect its intimacy because you come into this country, the work dynamics is different. I don't think back in other like Asia and Africa, I don't think people work 24 hours round the clock. I don't know. So viewers, if I'm wrong, please correct
No,
me.
it depends on
But
the
yeah, but not as rampant as here.
as
So
well.
the
Yeah.
analogy you gave where the husband is working in the morning shift, the wife is working in night shift. There was a period in my own life and my own family dynamics that 3 days in a row. I know he came to the house,
House.
but we never saw face to face.
Oh my.
You just know that, oh, okay, your dad was here. But so in those scenarios, I believe that the couple has to see communication is big.
Yeah, you have to be
In yes, you
intentional.
have to be. I
Yeah.
remember one married counselor said there is beautiful sex and dutiful sex. I'll explain. Listen and be blessed.
Okay.
So beautiful sex is when you have all the time for the razzmatazz, the foreplay, whatever. Time is of no time is not a restriction, so you can go the 9 yards. Dutiful sex is, oh yeah, put something.
Quickie,
Let
quickie.
quickly, let's get out of here. So I think that if couples make a deliberate effort to keep intimacy alive in the home, depending on whatever works for their dynamics. There are people that believe that in a week they should do it 3 times, 5 times. No, not 5 times. That means they do they do or more. But whatever works.
Whatever
But I
works.
also think that another way is communication.
Yeah.
Women are more, how will I put it without sounding inappropriate? Women react more to words. So in the office, send stuff to your woman. Let her know that you're thinking about her. It sets the tone.
Yeah.
Because you see, the example you gave that the woman is walking and whatever. I see you there's so much you want to say. But where you were saying the woman comes back and is walking and is tired, if that man has been prepping that woman by sending text or sending stuff, she would still want to. But
Buy
in scenario
flowers.
where we didn't talk
Just
from
for
morning till night, and then around 12 midnight, you say, oh yeah, to where?
where are we going?
Where are we going to? Oya? So Oya is vernacular for
Right.
let's get it on. So get it on to what?
Hmm.
Osas. Let me allow you say you just.
Well, no. Really, coming to that question, the issue of people doing kind
Communication, yeah.
gestures, communicate, send messages or notes to set your partner in the right mood for intimacy and all. It is very, very true, right? It's a good thing. Nevertheless, it depends. There are a lot of things that might still affect that note and all, because if the home is free from quarrel,
Yeah.
trouble, maybe the other things that you've just quarreled from the house, maybe because somebody did not support you in taking care of the kids or preparing them for school, or you are feeling overburdened, or you have so much pressure from work and all, and he is the cause, maybe, or she is the cause of that, misunderstanding. You guys are going through a misunderstanding at that time.
Yeah.
Well, except the guy is sending an apology note or something, because if you are sending it might be offensive, and if you are sending a note and it becomes a prelude every time towards okay, when you get home to set the mood, it might lose its flavor. So there are a lot of factors. That's why I was initially like, okay. Nevertheless, I think it's still a bit of connection between the couple.
Yeah.
Intimacy is even if you don't send notes, you don't send messages throughout the whole day and all, you can still achieve that level of intimacy between husband and wife if only you have this connection.
Yeah.
That's consistent interaction and relationship. The most important thing is you are good to each other. Anytime, every time.
Yeah, and I think couples should work. They should be deliberate about it. I once listened to this is an elderly couple that he said men are always ready. So men, our viewers, if it's true of us, please let us know. That men are always in the mood. It's the women that needs to get to the mood. So this elderly man, I think he's a pastor. he was saying that what himself and the wife does is this: for him to know that she's in the mood, there's a vase in their bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
eh, somewhere, just for the two of them, that the wife has a pearl. Every time she puts the pearl in the vase, the man knows
Those
that it's showtime. So I am ready, come to me. Another one said that now these two people are pastors, so you can imagine. The other one said that it's a light. Because being a pastor, he travels around the world preaching and all that. And then when he comes back, the moment he sees the red light in the room,
is that
he knows that she is ready. So why am I saying this? Every family has their own dynamics, but
yeah.
create a communication flow. It might not be the pearl, it might not
But
be,
wait, to
it
that
might
pearl
not
and
be.
the light. If the
Is
woman
that
no does not turn on the lights for a week,
that means then a conversation will come out that what's happening, why are we not? And again,
okay.
it's still down to the frequency of that couple. Because, like I said, there are some people that do it 5 times, some people
So
do it
10
2 times.
times.
It reminds me of the old poem that they say some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot 3 days old. So everybody has their own. So if you know what works in your timetable or schedule, then what you do, you make it creative and fun.
Mhm.
Because again, these things, we've been eating it for long now. Sometimes the entire body. But if you spice it up, I believe that these things, when you put it there, these little things, it spices it up. It makes it
Makes
really.
it,
It's just
yeah.
like when your spouse travels for a while. When they come back that day, it's earthquake. Oh. But that's what you've been doing from the inception of your marriage. So all these little spices, I think, will help. So viewers, let us know your comments.
Okay.
Yeah. Communication. For
Mhm.
me, I want to say communication, talk to each other, and also try to adjust to whatever your spouse is complaining about or telling you where they need support, what they need support for, right? Everyone would be happy. For example, if you have a boss, you
Mhm.
keep requesting for a part, maybe promotion or
Mhm.
training,
Mhm.
and they are not fulfilling that, like they are not answering you, you wouldn't be eager to work. Like you but if you request for something, as long as it is something that is achievable and they give it to you, then you would be happy. So for your spouses too, when they, oh, I need support with maybe with the children, getting the children ready for school, for people that have little kids, then
Mhm.
the other spouse should also tend to adjust. Like we should adjust. We shouldn't be so rigid. Things like that would make your spouse happy
Yeah.
and feel loved,
Yeah.
because loving someone is not all about the lovey-dovey attach, all this cuddling, right? You can show love by also switching or also changing the way you do things when
Yeah.
your spouse is, oh, I prefer it to be done this way,
Yeah.
and that doesn't mean the other spouse too should be complaining all the time. I just think we need to communicate, adjust, and before we know it, everything would go on smoothly.
Yeah,
What's
so you
up?
are
Where
going into love languages now, but let me
well,
allow.
I agree completely with Okiki and what you have said. Homes, the truth is, people should know how to support and help one another, because it's not rocket science. Somebody is carrying most of the domestic burden. You should also support. You should help. I mean, there are times that you should even leave the woman, your wife. Oh,
Mhm.
don't do anything, go rest there. I would handle the kids for the whole day, or I will take care of the house. you
Yeah.
know treat her, let her treat her like a princess, treat her like a queen. It's not every time she has to do something, then okay, my role is just to help you. Okay, let me help you in this one, and you leave. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about carrying equal responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, just do it like it's you, it's your house. You are doing it for yourself, you're not doing it for her.
Mhm.
When you help
Yeah.
in the house, or what, let me not even call help, when you're doing it, you are doing it for your own self, because it's your body, right? You are
Mhm.
two, both of you are married, you are one, kind of. Yes, you are one. That's what the holy books say.
Mhm.
And when you are one, you are supposed to do things in the house. If you clean up the washroom or the toilet, for example, who is using it?
It's
It's
everybody.
you, it's your
Yeah.
kids, it's,
Yeah.
it's everybody. If you cook the food, who will eat it?
It's
You, your
everybody.
children, everybody. If you wash the dishes, who's gonna do use it? So it's, you are doing it for yourself. You are not
Yeah.
helping her. Don't I help you? Help me how? You are supposed to also do. That's my own ideology. So
Yeah.
I am coming from my own policy or principle from is when I was small, and I know, thank God, God gave me a man that we work in the same ideology. There is no man and woman role in the home. Although, yes, there are some things that out of natural instincts, women tend to do more often.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, don't now take it as that is your job. That is what causes many frictions in many homes. It's not her job. It's everybody's help and support. Whoever is at home that can do it should do it.
Yeah.
So that's the way, the point of view that I see it from in a home. Whoever can do it should do it. And if you raise your kids that way, yes, boys or girls, they will also grow up in that mentality.
Yes.
So, like we are talking about how it affects home, even in diaspora or when you relocate, these gender role specific giving roles to specific gender in the home. Oh no, until this, I am not the one. Vacuum. I am. If you are giving that kind of, it affects the woman's morale. Like Okiki give an analogy. If you're working somewhere, you're asking for promotion, they're not giving it to you, you are demoralized.
Yes.
You don't have that zeal to push to work. So it affects the woman's morale. It affects her, even in intimacy in the bed, because a woman thinks and she has to be set in the right mood. And that's why we are talking about giving notes, kind gestures. The highest gesture a woman wants is support in the home.
Not always the case.
Although, yes, there are some women that does not
because
they don't even want you to enter their kitchen.
Yes, we're going into love languages. So there are different types. Some people prefer acts of kindness. Some people prefer
flowers.
Yes,
no, love language. Affirmation, words of affirmation.
So it depends. So again, it's still down to communication. Communication is so key in the dynamics of a home.
But wait, this communication we keep talking about. I want to ask, when you communicate, you have told the person what, but the person is not listening.
Not listening.
And then you get somebody to make the person listen.
No, it's not everybody that are listening to talks, to counseling.
If they don't want to listen,
if you are married to a difficult, some people are married to difficult spouses.
Then why are they there? But see, can't you work together unless they be in agreement? If you are not going to listen, is it that what I am saying doesn't make sense? If that's the case, then let's all sit down and bring what would make sense. Or is it that you just don't want to listen because I said it? Because if that's the case, then we need to go and see a shrink or what they call it, marriage counselor or something.
Yeah, there are couples I have known, many marriages or instances where there are issues. The woman is saying this. Oh, I need your support. I need your help. I need your. Maybe the man doesn't respect the woman enough. He's not giving that attention because, like we said, not even words of affirmation, but when you respect a woman by, when you are not quarrelsome, you are not a bully. Some men are bullies in their home, so they bully the wife into submission. They bully by being very loud, or very browly in the house. And you want to have communication with such a person. And you're talking and like, oh, maybe you wake up the man in the house in the night, like some people will advise, talk to him, appeal to him, use a soft voice. Or maybe you even call in the day or in the afternoon.
I've never done that night talk.
I heard that most men.
I'm not even wake myself to
that whole we need to talk scares men. So men, again, if that is true, please put it in the comment section. I want to tell a man we need to talk.
Really?
That it scares them. They're like, oh, what have I done again?
Oh yeah.
That if you want to talk, just talk.
Don't schedule a time to talk.
Don't schedule a time to talk. That's what I heard.
Well, so yeah. So if my train of thoughts now. Okay. So if the woman,
if the man is too browly, too rowdy,
how does she talk to him and he will listen? Because I say communication. Because these couples, some of them, they've gone for counseling severally, and things are not they don't seem to be working out. Everybody's feeling, oh no, you follow my own rule, and the other they're holding their ground, like this is what I want. It could even be the finances that is causing problem, and this one is insisting that give me your money 100%. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you a dime from my money, and it's now costing. So there are so many dynamics. How do we handle it? Well, we are not counselors, we are not licensed professionals. We cannot, but we are having just this discussion that these are the challenges a lot of people have.
Yeah. So for me, I know in one of our episodes we addressed a bit of this, where we said that they can either go to a senior family member that the man will listen to, that can talk to him and advise him to do better. If that doesn't work, then you scale it to maybe third party, somebody that is, because some people are trained as a married counselor and say, okay, they can tell if that still doesn't work and it is affecting the woman's mental health, or it's now becoming a toxic environment. That's when they start thinking about removing themselves from that scenario.
Separation.
Because sometimes people don't know what they have until it's gone. Because that man that is shouting down on the woman or treating her in a certain way, beneath all of that, might really love that woman. But it's just, I don't know. And then by the time he sees that, okay, this woman, okay, let me give an example. I can't remember his Terry Crews. He's an American actor. He also does this American Got Talent.
Okay.
I remember him sharing one time. He was first an NFL player before he went into the movies. So he had always been somebody that had fame and money. And he said he used to shout a lot in the house. He's a big dude, always commanding everybody. And by the time he got deep into fame, he added even infidelity into it.
Oh.
And at some point, the wife told him that I can't handle this anymore. And in his usual way, if you want to go. The way he says it, you can go, I'll survive. He thought the woman would not make good this time. He said the woman carried her stuff and left. And then he said, well, there are so many women out there that he thought he didn't care. And then he said when he now started going out, he found out that what he had at home
was far better.
And that even though he had the money to get the best of women, he wasn't happy. There was every time he would hit something big, he wanted to come home to tell her.
And there was
she wasn't there. He had to now make his way back. They are back together now. So sometimes too, these things have to happen for people to see what they have. So that would be the way I would look at it. That would be my solution.
Words on marble. That's a good one.
So we've given you solutions. We've told you what the challenges are. We would like to hear from you. If you have your own relocation story, if you don't mind sharing it, tell us where you moved from, what was your home country, and where you arrived, and what were the challenges that you faced. And like always, remember to subscribe, share, and like this video. But before we leave, just final words from the lady. I'll start with Osas.
Please help your wives, support them in the house, and women, support your husbands.
Yeah, show affection to each other. Spouses should live together in harmony, in peace, and in love. Just keep that fire burning. Love each other just the way you started from day one. Keep the fire burning. And remember, your kids are watching, and no one wants to raise that kind of children that would grow up to become something else.
For me, relocation is a beautiful thing. We all had a dream when we left our home country to a new country. Remember that dream, stick with your family, love yourselves, communicate, grow your children in a healthy environment. And remember, as always, life is for the living. Bye for now.
Yeah, thank you.
Join us on Open Table.
Open Table.